Mr. DT253, bored on a goddamn Saturday. Pajama shirt on, pimped out glasses. What more can I say? Jay-Z. But anyways, this is the start of the WrestleMania series that I'm doing. And why not start off with the worst WrestleMania in history, WrestleMania 9. Now, why do you think that I'm starting WrestleMania 9 as my first WrestleMania to start off with? Well, guess what? It can't get nothing but better from this. All the other WrestleManias, I don't give a fuck what you say, are better than this WrestleMania right here. This is possibly one of the worst wrestling events in history. But, nevertheless, rest in peace to the following wrestlers that I see right here. Crush, rest in peace. From what I'm looking at, Giant Gonzalez, rest in peace. Yokozuna, rest in peace. And Mr. Perfect, rest in peace. The Lord is with you now. God bless. Now, this WrestleMania is possibly one of the worst wrestling events in history, but nevertheless, it's a WrestleMania. And when I was a little kid around this age, when I was around maybe 5 or 6, you know, paying $19.99 for a pay-per-view wasn't really a big deal because, you know, I was a little kid. And I mean, I used to mark out for certain wrestlers like Crush and the Steiner Brothers and Tatanka and Lex Luger and stuff like that. So, you know, that's just the way it is. But getting to this series, I'm going to start with the first match, which was for the Intercontinental Championship. Tatanka was Sensational Sherri, who was with Shawn Michaels, but Shawn Michaels treated her like a bitch through those weeks during that storyline, and he came out with Luna Vachon. Now, this match was actually not a bad match. It was actually possibly the best match on this card. You see a very young Shawn Michaels, and you see a very in-shape Tatanka. Great back and forth action. Tatanka was still on the undefeated streak, I think. Shawn Michaels back in the day, you gotta love him, man. The man is Mr. WrestleMania wherever he goes. I mean, this was only his second WrestleMania, and I mean, you know, this was pre-Christian, you know, before he was probably doing the coke and, you know what to do, 2 hours for you. But anyways, you see Tatanka just showing great athleticism, you know, picking up Shawn Michaels, countering. Michael was very impressive in this, but you know, the match ended in a countout, which I hated. That was one of the worst. I mean, a countout at WrestleMania? What kind of shit is that? Seriously, that's not good entertainment. I mean, of course, your success now, I mean, some aspects of life in WWE, but I mean, a WrestleMania in a countout, that's just not cool. Tatanka definitely, I thought, should have won that title, but hey, the story goes on. Next match, Steiner Brothers, Rick and Scott versus the Headshrinkers, Samu and Rikishi with Afa. Not the best match in the world. You see, I mean, it's pretty much 4 heavyweights wrestling in this match, and Scott Steiner, god damn, that dude, I mean, maybe it's the hair, but dude was freaking, he's the true definition of Big Papa Pump, I swear. I mean, dude was on ridiculous steroids. You don't see Rick Steiner on steroids. I mean, goddamn, man, he had to talk some sense in that dude. But I mean, it wasn't the best match in the world. Rikishi, I like the Headshrinkers kicks. I mean, that's just like, I guess that's just somewhat of a legend. You have to do that thrust kick. I mean, it's just with ease with them people. I swear. Yokozuna, even The Rock, I've seen do it. Freaking Rosie and Jamal, aka Umaga, rest in peace. I mean, the match was not the best match in the world. I mean, I gave it to Tatanka and Shawn Michaels match 3 stars because it was actually a really good match, but it ended in a countout, so I can't give it really a higher rating. This match in particular, I gave it 2 stars just because it's the Steiner Brothers. Scott Steiner does the Frankensteiner, and he kind of botches it because I almost thought the dude broke his neck after that. Steiner Brothers get the easy 1, 2, 3. Next match. Woo! Doink the Clown versus Crush. Man. The only good part about this damn match was Doink the Clown. Crush was some of them, even though he's dead now, rest in peace, he was one of the most overrated wrestlers ever. I mean, his finisher was cool. I mean, don't get me wrong, no one was going to kick out his finisher, but I mean, he used to botch all the time, and he never won a mid-card title, I mean, which was a shame. But I mean, that's when WWF was in a competitive division. But nevertheless, Doink the Clown pretty much gets toe up half the match. Crush doing body slams, getting momentum. But then, out of nowhere, when Doink the Clown hurts himself, he gets under the ring, comes back out, and there's another Doink. So there's two Doinks. Same story, cutting to the story, making the story short. He hits him with a prosthetic arm. His Crush with a prosthetic arm. How the hell you gonna kick out for that? Doink gets the easy 1, 2, 3. This is possibly one of the worst matches I've ever seen in life, but Doink the Clown, when he was a heel, was a fucking G, so fuck it. Next match, Razor Ramon versus Bob Backlund. Dull. Straight up dull. Not a good match at all. Razor Ramon, aka Scott Hall, Bob Backlund. Bob Backlund literally was struggling through the whole entire match. And I was scared for the man when he was getting... I think he did the Razor's Edge. I think Scott Hall did the Razor's Edge. Or, I don't know. I barely remember this WrestleMania. I do remember some aspects of it. I remember the main matches that interested me. Razor Ramon beats him in 3.5 minutes. Next match, Money Inc. The team of Ted DiBiase and IRS, aka Mike Rotundo, against the Mega-Maniacs, Hulk Hogan and his gay lover Brutus the Barber Beefcake with Jimmy Hart. This match ends in no disqualification. It was an entertaining match. It lagged on, but just because it's Ted DiBiase and Hulk Hogan, it makes the match more interesting. Irwin R. Schyster was a great sidekick for Ted DiBiase. I'm not even gonna lie. Dude can cut hell out of promos. And Brutus Beefcake, yeah, I think he's gay. But nevertheless, you saw good back and forth action. Good spots. It's not really much you can do. You can't really say Hogan is going to put on a 5-star classic, except when it was Ultimate Warrior versus him. But that's all I can think of. Maybe Sting, just because Sting came back. But nevertheless, Money Inc. wins after disqualification, which was stupid. The whole entire match was stupid. So I really can't give. If anything, I give it 2 stars because it was for the Tag Team Championship. The Bob Backlund Razor Ramon match, I give 1.5 stars. Next match, the Narcissist, not the total package, not the totally buff. The Narcissist, Lex Luger versus the now deceased Mr. Perfect. It was alright. It was pretty much perfect versus perfect. But Mr. Perfect was the face in this, so it was an okay match. Lex Luger finds some way of winning this match. That's all I can really pretty much say about that. It wasn't the best match in the world, but then Lex Luger beats him up, and they fight in the back later on. Next, one of Undertaker's worst matches against the Giant Gonzalez with Harvey Wippleman by his side. This was pretty much when Undertaker gets dominated. He gets dominated pretty much all of the match, and for some reason it ends in disqualification. Why? Because Giant Gonzalez is, rest in peace, is a retard. And this WrestleMania was bullshit. The only highlight from this match was Yokozuna winning the WWE Championship over Bret Hart, which was the main event, which was not a bad match. It could have lasted a little bit longer, I say. Even though freaking Doink the Clown lasted longer, Steiner Brothers match lasted longer, and God, even Lex Luger match lasted longer. So whatever. But Hulk Hogan beats Yokozuna and captures the WWE Championship after that, which was okay. That was the best part of the pay-per-view. Other than that, Mr. DT253, subscribe, comment, rate. One of the worst, possibly the worst WrestleMania ever in history, but it's a WrestleMania. Overall rating, I'm gonna put the rest of the ratings down. It really doesn't fucking matter. But overall for this pay-per-view, I'm gonna give it somewhat 2 stars, 2 out of 10. I didn't like it. Other than that, WrestleMania 10 is next. Talk to you guys later.